today, move over potholes. There's a new battle over replacing thousands of orange construction barrels paid for with taxpayer dollars.
Now, Simon Chiquette joins us now with the cost of why it could happen. Simon?
Yeah, Stephen and Joanne, the state of Michigan owns about 10,000 orange barrels. They cost around $50 to $85. Now there's talk of MDOT upgrading to a new, more advanced barrel design already being used in 17 other states. The difference is a fluorescent reflective sheeting on the orange and white stripes that's easier to see at dusk or in the rain. The new barrels could cost between $73 and $112. With some discounts, MDOT says that's estimated to only cost taxpayers less than $2 million over 4 years. But drivers are already split on doing anything before a $1.2 billion road funding deal passes. Take a listen.
It's a waste of money, actually. The economy already is at a downturn, so why? Barrels. Fix the roads.
I think they should wait. I used to live in the city when I was younger for about 12 years, and like the roads was always the biggest part.
For the safety of people, it should be done. I mean, I have no problem with that at all.
No question, fixing potholes remains a top priority. So far, no timeline on a statewide switch to new and improved barrels, if we get them at all. But coming up at 6, we'll tell you where some of those new barrels are already being tested out. Reporting live, Simon Chiquette, 7 Action News.
All right, Simon, thank you so much. And joining now in on the discussion is Senator Burt Johnson with Michigan's 2nd Senate District.
Also, Craig Bryson with the Oakland County Road Commission. Thank you both for joining us here. Senator Johnson, I'll start with you. You heard a little of that report. Close to $2 million for new barrels when we're trying to scrape up $2 billion to fix our roads. I mean, right now, I don't think drivers want to see more barrels. They want to see fewer.
Well, they're right to want to see everything that they deserve to see by this point. You know, frankly, the legislature has failed in its ability to really get something substantive passed that would give us an opportunity to put fresh roads and bridges and overpasses in front of folks. You know, we saw with what happened on I-75 today, that's the kind of thing that's going to continue to happen as long as the legislature drags its feet.
Senator Johnson, before we get more into that and what the legislature needs to do, though, talk about this. Is it a problem with spending, with upgrading barrels that we already have, spending money on doing that and not putting it towards fixing the roads, or are they just two separate budgets altogether?
They're two separate budgets, but, you know, this one is informed by the other. And so, frankly, when you have something that you can use today that you're talking about making a new expenditure on, people are not going to say that that's passes the smell test. We've been struggling for some time right now to get a road funding package in place. I don't think it's a good idea to spend more money on barrels if we're not going to fix the roads first.
Craig Bryson with the Oakland County Road Commission. On that same point, are you sending at least, I mean, even if it's separate budgets and all that, and we understand how all that works, is it just sending the wrong message that, hey, we know you guys are out there on these horrible roads, but we're going to get some new barrels?
Well, no, we think anytime that we can do anything to improve safety is critically important. You know, a lot of the projects that we do have a lot of safety costs built into them already. If we can do something that helps save some lives of some road workers or even prevent some injuries, that's critically important. That doesn't in any way minimize the need for a state road funding package. That's critically important, but we can't lose sight of safety along the way.
And do we think that this is something that will come to fruition, that these barrels, we will see these in Michigan before long, Craig? Do you know?
I don't know. We are still studying the issue. We want to see how they're being used in other states, if they've really made a difference or not. It'll be also dependent upon whether or not it becomes a state mandate or a federal mandate. But we still want to look into it, but we're certainly interested in anything that improves safety.
Senator Johnson, back to you. When we started this summer, we had pledges from virtually every lawmaker we talked to and plenty who called us up just to make sure we know how they stood that we were going to have a road deal by the end of the summer. Well, I hate to point it out here, but we're August 17th here and we don't have a road deal.
No, you're right. And I, for one, took, I think, 3 votes in the affirmative and said yes to the packages that were before me. So, you know, I feel a little special in that regard. But as a whole, we've not gotten it done. And frankly, what's been before us, which is a huge cuts budget, is going to dive too deeply into the pockets of people who need that money today. So we're going to have to get back here together in the legislature in the next 30 days. And I think you're going to see us get really smart about this issue. There's a lot pressing on us now, including what could be at least 2 separate ballot initiatives in the November election of 2016. So there's a lot pushing us towards this deal. I think we're going to get there in the next 30 to 45 days.
Remind us before some legislators took a break here, it is kind of in the hands of the House right now, right? They're reconciling what you guys passed in the Senate and trying to see if they can come up with something you'll all agree to?
Well, that's the thing. They are reconciling that, but what we always knew when we passed that out before we took this summer hiatus was that, frankly, it was too steep a set of cuts. And so politically speaking, The Republicans don't like what they have before them in the House. And so what that means is that's going to drag everybody back to the table to do something that's substantive, that the governor likes, that we like in both chambers, and that meets the smell test with respect to the amount of money we need to raise and how it gets put forward for full funding.
We're out of time. Craig Bryson, I just wanted to give you one last second here, about 15 seconds. Here in the local levels, as you represent the county right here, we're just screaming for some help, right?
Absolutely. We're in dire need of more money to repair our roads, and we desperately need it.
All right, Craig Bryson, thank you very much. Senator Burt Johnson, thank you both for coming in and talking with us today.
You got it.
All right.
Still heading your way.